All right, Jason here from septictank.co.uk, and this question, which is why people think they should never buy a house with a septic tank. So why is that? Why do people tanks? Well, I'm going to discuss 5 main reasons why people think this way. I want to debunk this myth, this theory. So if you're thinking of buying a house with a septic tank and you're not going to buy one because you're worried or you're confused or you're basing that on hearsay, then please think again. Watch this video, because it could be a dream house that you're after, and for the sake of a horseshoe nail, you're going to lose the house you've always dreamed of. So let me show you this, right? So these are the 5 main reasons. So let's deal with them in order. So reason number 1, why many people don't want to go buy a house with a septic tank, because they think septic tanks are smelly. Now, maybe if you've lived and been connected to the main sewer all your life, you know, and you haven't had to think about what happens after you flush the loo. If the drain smells, just put a bit of domestos down there. That's probably about as much as you've had to give thought to get wastewater and getting rid of waste. Well, it doesn't really change when you buy a house with a septic tank. Now, some septic tanks do smell, but look, I've been doing this for 20 years, right? I've had my head in septic tanks. I got my head in septic tanks all the time. But let me tell you this, a healthy septic tank never, ever smells, right? The only reason that a septic tank will ever smell is if you kill the good bacteria in there, right? And there's only one way to kill all the good bacteria in a septic tank, and that is to use, right? If you use, do you know what? This is my first time live on YouTube for a while, and man, it's all going Pete Tong. Right, so let's try that again, right? Let's try. It's hard to talk, all right? All right, I'm going to just put here, look. If you use too many cleaning products, right, it will kill the good bacteria in a septic tank, and that's what makes it smell. If a septic tank smells, right, you just put a bit of yeast in there, a bit of milk, bit of tea bags, and the smell will just disappear instantly, right? But look, you know, even if you're not on a septic tank, you still get smelly toilets, you still get smelly drains. How do you deal with a smelly drain? How do you deal with a smelly toilet? You just put, you know, some air freshener in there, you open the window. So it's a fallacy that all septic tanks smell. They don't. Occasionally they do, because the hotels or the places that have got a septic tank, they put too many cleaning products down there, right? Too much cleaning products isn't good anywhere, you know, never mind down a septic tank. Reason number 2. People think that septic tanks are complicated to fix. Well, let me just start and stop you there, right? They're not. Right? A septic tank consists of 4 walls and a ceiling. I'm standing in now. There's a wall behind me. There's a ceiling above me. It's just a room under the ground. How difficult is it, or how floor and 4 walls and a ceiling? Sure, right? Some houses, if you bought a really old house and it hasn't been lived in for years, and it's dilapidated and it's falling apart, yeah, all right, you got to put a new roof on it, you got to redo the floorboards, brick the walls, replaster it. But if you were just put a new one in, so, you know, which just means digging a hole and putting a new tank in, which takes about from 60 minutes to do, 1 hour. So they are not complicated to fix. So don't let anyone mislead you with that reason. It's faulty reasoning, right? Reason number 3, people think that septic tanks are difficult to maintain. It's a hole in the ground, right? All your wastewater from your house just goes into the septic tank, and then the water drains away into the soil. Rainwater drains away into the soil, right? It's not difficult. All right, there's two ways to maintain a septic tank, right? Once a year, you get a septic tank emptying man in. He takes the lid off the septic tank. He puts a hose into your septic tank. He sucks it out, and then he goes away, and he comes back in a year's time. That will cost you what, 100 quid, 200 quid, something like that. It's cheaper than maintaining or running a car. That's as complicated as it gets. If you want to make it even simpler, then just put some septic tank soak-away worms into the septic tank. I mean it. They're like a bucket of worms. They're special sewage worms. We sell them on septictank.co.uk. Just tip the bucket in. They eat all the poo. They eat all the fat. They eat all the grease. Job done. That's it. It's as complicated as that, which isn't complicated at all. Right? Okay. Reason number 4. Many people think that since all the rules and the regulations have changed on the 1st of Jan 2020, that septic tanks are now illegal. Oh, hot potato, don't go near. It's not true. It's not true. Listen, some cars, right? Some cars that are on the road are illegal because they haven't got MOT certificates, right? Or they got bold tires, or the lights don't work, right? All right, and those are legitimate reasons why those cars are illegal. Now, with a septic tank, certain places, septic tanks can't now discharge. They can't put poo and wee into a river or a canal or a pond. That's it. That's what the basic laws boil down to. If your whereas before a septic tank could, although it was frowned upon, discharge into a river or a stream and put lots of poo in there, they can't do that now. 99% of people are responsible septic tank owners, and they wouldn't do that anyway. But the point is, most septic tanks don't discharge into a river or a stream anyway, so it only applies to a certain percent of people, a certain demographic. So 99% of septic tanks in the UK aren't affected by these new laws and regulations. All right, last one, right? Last reason. People will never buy a house with a septic tank. You know what, right? These septic tanks started being put in the 1800s, right? Queen Victoria's time, and they're still around today. They've got a lifespan of like 50 to 150 to 250 to 350 years, right? The only reason that those septic tanks eventually break down and need replacing is because either a digger's smashed into them, or there's been an earthquake, or there's been demolition work or subsidence. So it's very, very rare that an old septic tank will need replacing. They outlive human beings. All right, so let's say you needed a new septic tank. Typically, a new septic tank for a 1 to 4 bedroom property will cost you $599. If you're looking to accommodate for 1 to 2 people, it costs you 299 quid. So they're not expensive. It's cheaper to replace a septic tank and soak away than it is to replace parts on your car. So I just wanted to show you, right, why some people will never buy a house with a septic tank. And that's a shame, because as I said, it could be a dream home that you've seen, but you've been scared off. You've been misled or put off by maybe things and articles you've read on the internet. Now, I've been in the septic tank business for 20 years, right? You may think, oh, well, this guy, he's got a septic tank business. He is, the reason why he's saying that is because, he wants us to buy a septic tank from him. It's not true. Look, if you're buying a house with a septic tank and the septic tank's been in there for 100 years, it's probably going to be in there for another 150 years. I give so much free advice and help to people. Right? This is not a sales pitch. I'm just trying to show you that if you buy a house, right, and it's got a septic tank, then chances are 99% that you'll never, ever, ever experience any problems, and it'll cost you, what, about 200 quid a year to maintain. Now look, if you want any free help or advice, right, all you need to do is go to septictank.co.uk. It's free, right? It's free. It's a free website. I'm a septic tank consultant. I just give out free advice and free help to people. And that's why I make videos like this, because I love septic tanks. I hate people having to spend out money when they don't have to. You know, I'm not a sales guy. I actually, you know, save people lots of money. People ring me up all the time, right? Oh, I got this septic tank problem, I got that. And I say, why don't you just do that and don't do that? I never make any money from the sales generally, you know. It's other lines of area where, you know, my actually business generates money, but actually helping people and giving them free advice and pointing them in the direction is what I love doing. It's free and it won't cost you a penny to go to septictank.co.uk or to give me a ring. So listen, thank you very, very much for watching this live broadcast today. I hope it's helped. I hope maybe if you've seen a house out there and you did have cold feet about buying a septic tank and you were put off, hopefully this may get you to reconsider buying that dream home that you've always wanted. But listen, either way, thank you very much for watching this live broadcast today. You take care and I'll speak to you soon. Now I've got to